Yo, what is good, everybody? Your host with the most, Bryce, Cam, Chris, I Need a Sports Podcast, back. And it's time to recap the 2026 NBA Finals, man. Wish the series, lasts a little bit longer, but Knicks got Spurs up out of there in five. It wasn't the prettiest five, especially if you're a Spurs fan. You definitely feel like you probably should have won a little bit, but hey, man, it is what it is. And with us today, we got a special guest joining our guy Eric from Etoff 21 Sports back to recap 2026 NBA Finals between the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs. So we're going to welcome him onto the pod, man. Everybody say what's up to our guy Eric.
What's up, guys?
Good.
It's good. I'm no C on the pod. I know I've been on yours a few times recently, but we haven't had you on here. I don't think all NBA season, man. So if I'm tripping, I don't think I am, but NBA season, right?
Yeah.
Last we talked was probably we were talking NFL playoffs.
Golly.
Yeah, time flies, man. Time flies. But first, I don't want to put you on the spot, Eric, but I just want to get your opinion because there's been a couple rumors flying. Your boy Giannis to the Celtics, possibly. Are you liking that potential trade, or how are you feeling about that one?
They have a chance to do what the Thunder did and just get an absorbent amount of assets. And I just know that Horst is probably just going to F it up. I think the Heat deal is awful. I'm not the biggest Tyler Hero guy. And those other pieces that they want to throw in, like really, it's the same package they throw away for everything. And Heat fans think it's great. I think it's awful. Take the package where you get the most young asset, the most picks, and that's probably going to be Portland's package. I would care less what Giannis wants. I would just want to better the franchise.
That's fair. We got our guy Oso on the chat. Chris, you said you're chopped. Shit, that comment should be more directed towards me, looking like a
Bro, look at his profile picture.
Hey, mirror. What is his profile picture? I'm dead. appreciate love for the man K. But yeah, man, I'm at this point I'm kind of with you, Eric. Like it's no longer about servicing Giannis and where his preferred destination is, wherever that may be at this point in it all. You got to get the biggest haul back you can to start this rebuild and go from there. It is interesting though to see, Miami fans obviously getting all hype, like, oh, we're gonna get Giannis. It's like I feel like we do this every single offseason with whatever stars on the market for Miami fans, and then they go right back into the season with the same undrafted players they got. And like Spoelstra will be good with them. Don't worry, bro. And it's like y'all are gonna be in the play-in, you're gonna lose, and that's about as far as you go. So yeah, I'm definitely interested to see though. We got the NBA draft coming up next week, which shit, that sounds even crazy to say. I don't know who's advising Darren Peterson, but he needs to get some new agents because they got him doing all the wrong things right now, man. But that's enough of that. We gotta hop into this 2026 NBA Finals recap with our guy Eric, man. I'm gonna swing it to you first, Eric, as the guest of the pod. One of your takeaways from the NBA Finals. Hit us with it.
Knicks only led 28% of the time between all the games. That means the Spurs led 72% of the series. They should have won it. I mean, they had double-digit leads in every single game. They just couldn't close the game. And when you look at Castle, Fox, none of their guys played well. If anyone plays up to their standard, they win that 4-0-4-1. I mean, as someone that had multiple Spears future, it was a tough watch. I just think the Knicks kind of bluffed their way to a title and weren't the best team necessarily.
That's an interesting take. I'm not mad at it, but I'm gonna just go ahead and stir things up a little bit early because we got Cam who said this. This is Cam's takeaway. So we got two very different opinions to open up the pod. This was not planned, by the way. I just got all these in. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna make a nice segue. But in Cam's opinion, the Knicks were the better team. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So speak on that a little bit, Cam.
Bro, they played. Nick Wright said this. They played 7 times this year. The Knicks won 6 times. If I beat you 6 out of 7 times, I'm the better team. Bro, it's 4 quarters in an NBA game. I don't care what happens all 3 quarters. If I come back and I beat your ass in the 4th quarter, and I do it 6 times, I'm better than you. Like it's simple. It's simple as that. They had the better coach. They had the better best player. In my opinion, they had the better bench. They had the better Rob. Like I just felt like it was the better team. Yeah, they bullshit the first 3 quarters and stuff like that. But when it counted, like when it mattered at the end, they knew how to close games, and it was the better team. Like it is the better team. And Spurs, I saw Spurs players like they was kind of like beating around the bush, like, oh yeah, we should have won, or like we know we're the better team. They supposed to say that. Like they just wasn't giving the Knicks credit at all, which was like kind of like just blowing my mind. Like, bro, like y'all stunk it up, fourth quarter, and it's 4 quarters to the game. Like you have to play like all 4 quarters. Like you can't just think you got the game all like sold away and cleared in the first half or like the first 3 quarters, and think you could just lollygag your way to the fourth quarter, which the Knicks is the best 4th quarter and we probably ever seen. Like that's probably the best 4th quarter we probably ever seen like in NBA history. So I don't know. I personally think they was just a better team.
That's fair, and I'll let y'all comment on this side comment I have. It almost seems as like the Spurs, y'all know how like one of the Cardinal sins in football, when a player's running towards the end zone and they start celebrating too early and they drop the ball before the goal line. It's like, bro, you just had to hold on to the ball for 1 more yard, then do whatever celebration you want. It's almost as if the Spurs did that in the Western Conference Finals after they won and they celebrated like they won the championship. It's like, hold up, y'all did not cross the finish line yet. Like I get it. Defending champs, the whole Wemby, Chet, Art beef, whatever you want to call it, shutting down SGA, all the, the ref talk that was going on in that series that was like, every time you hopped on Twitter after the game, the sports betting apps getting in on it, everybody getting in on it. But it's like the tears, like I get it. They never been there before, so it's hard to say like, oh, act like you've been there before, but it's like, bro, the crying, acting like, oh my God, we are the NBA champ. Like, bro, you just made it there. And you're going up against a team who was on one of the most historic heaters up until that point, and the Knicks who ran through the East. So it's like, I think, the Spurs, they peaked a bit too early. They had their sights set a little too short. They thought, and we were kind of saying it too. So it could be, I could see how maybe their players could think it, but we were like, oh, whoever come out the West, they blasting whoever in the East. So in their minds, even though they'll probably never admit it, they probably were thinking like, oh, as long as we beat OKC, whoever we play on the East, like this is a championship right here. And as the Knicks proved, you gotta, like you said, you gotta play through all 4 quarters and finish the game. Because if you don't, it basically got to the point watching this series, it was like, hey, it's 4th quarter time. Every time the Spurs fucked up, you knew Brunson was going to come back down and get a bucket. No matter what defensive look he got, no matter what coverage they threw him, Brunson was going to get a bucket by any means possible. And that's exactly what they did every single game. Walked them down. Like 72% of the time, Spurs led. I think all 4 losses, they led by double digits, which is like the first time in NBA history or NBA Finals history, which is another crazy stat. And with that being said, not to like skip over you or anything, Chris, but this kind of segues into our boy Swan's point on why maybe the Spurs did do what they did. But Swan's thing is Miss Johnson was just refusing to adjust. Whether that was Harper, not taking so many threes, calling timeouts, whatever the case may be, Miss Johnson dropped the ball a lot. So Swan, welcome on to the pod.
What's good, man?
Go ahead and tell us more about this. How Miss Johnson, completely let everybody in San Antonio down.
Man, to be honest, bro, it's like I don't know if y'all saw the report, but beginning of the season, Dylan Harper was frustrated with his playing time and everything like that. He was stating that he was upset with the inconsistency of the minutes, not being there in crunch time, things like that. And I mean, obviously, like none of us knew. We're not San Antonio Spurs fans. But Devin Vassell, he leaked everything. Pretty much, he leaked everything out at the press, which I don't feel like it was ill intent, and he was just being honest. I feel like that was like one like the hugest mistakes because De'Aaron Fox he hasn't been doing anything. We all know that. Like he's been pooping. He's been basically gambling for the Knicks. So it's like Harper been one of the leading scorers for them. I get it. He's a rookie, this and that, but when he's out playing the vets, keep it playing, you know. And when you have a player like Harrison Barnes, for example, who has the playoff experience, I'm not saying to give him huge minutes, but he should be the player you should bring in whenever like the intensity is high. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. Why not bring him in? Why not, insert him in the game a little bit to calm down the nerves? And I feel like with Mitch Johnson, he was basically being like the type of coach, but like, oh, we're good. Yeah, we're not going to adjust anything. And it's kind of like showing that, like, I know Pop was somewhere in there just like stress. You hand the keys to one of the top assistants, obviously, but he's not like just anything. Because if Pop was there, everybody been benched. We already know how Pop rolls. Next man up, he did that plenty of times. But it's like he doesn't have that intensity, and I think that's what really killed him the most. And then Mike Brown, obviously, he know how De'Aaron was. He called De'Aaron out in Sacramento. We all know this, and everybody was like pointing fingers. And next thing you know, Mike Brown got fired as being the scapegoat, obviously, and he exploded right there in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, that's definitely fair. It's still, I mean, probably gonna keep Mitch Johnson up at night for the rest of the season, probably the rest of his career if he never does get over the hump on how you blow a 27-point lead in the second half and you refuse to use any timeouts. And that's just the biggest blunder, obviously. But there were so many blunders throughout every game. Like game 5, the clinching game, I pointed out in the group chat. I was like, when Anunoby, or I forgot who missed the free throw. I think OG just got the rebound. He got the rebound. The clock resets to 14. So technically, the Spurs didn't have to foul again because they didn't have to foul the first time. And Mitch Johnson's waving, hey, foul. And it's like, you just ill prepared for the biggest moment. Like, I get, experience is the biggest, thing. And they didn't have that. But it's like, at the same time, I don't know what kind of wisdom they was getting from Pop throughout the playoffs. Because it seemed like every time they lost, you would see a report that, oh, Spurs had this meeting with Coach Pop. And then they come back out and they whoop ass again. And it's like, somebody in that building should have had y'all more prepared to handle some of these ups and downs, ebbs and flows of the game. And some of that shit, like we said the night of when they blew the twist, that shit was not acceptable. Like credit to the Knicks because they stayed in the fight. They made the comeback. But it was like, there's no way in hell the Knicks won that more so than the Spurs just completely shit the bed and lost that. Like, that shouldn't be possible in today's game. Chuck 3 after 3, and you would think at that point Mitch Johnson called someone like, "Hey, let's go in the paint. Hey, we have a 7'5" guy. Maybe we should put him in the paint and just throw the ball up, and let the odds be in the favor of that." But none of that. It was just Champagny Vassell with the greenest of lights, bricking shot after shot, which honestly pissed me and Cam off when we was watching them in the Western Conference Finals. I don't know what kind of green light Vassell has, but sometimes he got to tone it way down. But I'm going to swing it to Chris next with his take, and we're actually talking about the winning team on this one, man. And for Chris, so it's more than just not the rebound. You're saying ever again.
Yeah.
No, let me correct it then. Chris is saying the Knicks will never get back to the spot and win the finals again.
Yeah.
With this iteration with Brunson and all them.
Yeah. They're done. This was it. But good. I'm glad they took advantage of their opportunity because this is the last time it was going to happen. They shouldn't even have been here this year, right? The Celtics, they were a little shorthanded.
Yeah.
Indiana obviously was hot. Right? We wanted to see what they were going to do. It's crazy because I actually had Indiana getting back next season if they got their draft pick, but they didn't. So I don't know how they're going to manufacture their squad next year. Detroit is still there. They're ready. They're ready to pop. I mean, New York can make it to a conference finals. They could do that again. They can lead their fans on again. But I don't think they'll win another finals, let alone get to one again with this squad. And it's time's gonna go by. They're gonna let people go. Like I think they're gonna have to let go of old Mitchell, whatever his name,
Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson. I think they're gonna have to let him go because they owner just came out and said they're not touching that second apron, so they're gonna offload some guys. And to y'all's points, I mean, y'all all made good points, and I think you all were right. Like I do think that the Spurs were the better team in regard to talent, but to Cam's point, I think the Knicks were the better teams overall because they do have the experience. And because of that reason, they just beat on a young, inexperienced team. I'm not trying to like, what you call it, like say like their win doesn't, like it wasn't tougher. I mean, they went 16-3 in the playoffs. That's pretty impressive. And the Spurs ain't just no pushover team. Like they're a great team. They're young, but they are inexperienced. So I can't imagine the Knicks seeing, if it's the Spurs again, right? I can't imagine them being inexperienced next time. Like they've grown exponentially over the year, over this season alone. So whoever they see next year in the West, it's going to be a tougher matchup if they even get there. I imagine Boston's going to be better. I imagine wherever Giannis is going to go, they're going to be better. I imagine Cleveland is still going to be there. I imagine ATL is going to be better. We'll see what the 76ers do. I'm not sure. But the East is starting to level out. I think for the past 5 years, we've been saying like the East is kind of weak and Boston's kind of been the outlier. But we're starting to level out some. So yeah, I don't really see the Knicks coming back. You know what's crazy? To add to my hot take and the takeaways and stuff, if Victor Wembanyama wins a championship, he gonna be 1A, 1B. I don't think he's a solidified 1A. I don't think he's solidified Finals MVP or anything like that. Like I think it's gonna be like that Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown deal. It's gonna be like Ant and Cat. Like it's gonna be a time where we're gonna say, hey, who do we really go to at the end of the shot clock, in the game? And it's not gonna be Vic. It's gonna be somebody else. And it's looking like it could be Dylan Harper. Because I don't think that team functions well with the idea of him being like. I do think Victor needs shot limits, and I think his minutes played kind of forces that. But if you want to be successful as San Antonio does, like you either want to play more minutes or you want to shore up your bench. They have to choose one or the other. And right now, it's probably going to have to be minutes because Fox has a disgusting contract. He's taking up a lot of money.
Bro.
And in the future, I imagine they're going to want to shore up more guys and pay more guys, so they can have they big three. So yeah, I think what we saw from Victor this year, his dominance with the ball and his shot taking and like that type of like his shot digest. I don't know if we're gonna see that for the rest of his career. So that's another one of my takes. I don't think he's gonna be that. He can still be one of the guys and not the guy, but I just think it's going to be harder to. It's not just going to be outright, man. Big one Finals MVP, big one West Conference Finals MVP. It's going to be like, man, so kind of, without him, I guess like Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan at one point, right? They were 1A, 1B, both putting up 30. But who was the better player at that time? Some would say DeMar. I'd like Kyle Lowry on 2K.
I think Lowry was better in my opinion.
See, so it's gonna be interesting to see how that pans out, especially if they keep Mitch there. Because I don't know if y'all knew, I didn't know either, but Mitch was Wemby's personal assistant coach when he was assistant coach. I guess each coach gets handed like a player, and so his was Wemby, and then
like player development, like player development almost.
Yeah. So I'd imagine that's why he kind of got that nod quicker. But we'll see because. If he's coaching, it's going to be how can we get Wemby the ball? But, it's a fast-paced league. Wemby either has to be extremely efficient or become a better playmaker, which he's developing that. But it's not like a threat, though.
I think he needs to go ahead and get in the lab with LaMarcus Aldridge, bro. Like, I think
he got to get that post fade down. Oh my God.
If he can get in the lab with LaMarcus Aldridge, I promise you his game is so much better. I think with him is every player that pretty much we done talked about has like some type of signature move, and like it just works for them. Wemby doesn't have that. Granted, he's young, he still can develop it, but like Shea, his midi, automatic every single time, or like sometimes his side step. Every person have like a signature move they can use. He doesn't have that at all. It's like he's unorthodox at times, which is he's tall. If he can get in the lab, LaMarcus Aldridge literally said, like, look, if you get in the lab with me to mid, I promise you'll be such a way more dominant player. He needs to get in the lab with him, Dirk, somebody to get that midi, that post fade going.
Yeah, I agree with that because I think his game is so 3-point and in the paint under the basket, he has no ball handle, so he can't get to those two spots without either jumping from the free throw line and almost hurt himself because he's falling down every single time, or turning the ball over. So if he can get his back to the basket and get some moves down there, it'll definitely help him be more mobile in those areas that he doesn't really produce.
And to go to that point, it's only one player I could say who really doesn't have like a signature move as a big man. I guess you could say Giannis. I mean, and no shade to Giannis, but what has he done since 2021?
Euro step. Why even Euro step?
But I'm saying, but even with that, you only could do so much.
Yeah, no, yes.
Because once everybody start figuring it out, they drawing charges, all this stuff every single time. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. And I mean, like I said, no shade to Giannis, but since 21, he's supposed to be the next one up. You know, the 50-point closeout game and everything. Haven't done nothing since. And now he in trade talks are going to Miami, for example. It's going from trash to trash. Like, it's not really doing anything. But if, like I said, I really feel like if he can develop that post game fade, like how Dirk was when young Dirk when he developed it, bro, that's how Dirk stayed in the league for so long, developing that thing. Once he couldn't get get to the basket, like because young Dirk was dunking on people and everything. Once he couldn't move out there anymore because as a 7-footer moving like that is hard because you're so lanky and tall. Once he can develop that shot, I promise you he's gonna be in the league for a very long time if he can develop.
Yeah, it's not even just necessarily the shot. I think he gotta find something. Like the game is so sped up for him right now, and granted that is because he's so young, and I think that's exactly what New York exposed. It's really a miracle that it took to get to the finals for someone to finally like expose it. OKC did it a bit, but they just didn't have enough there to finish the job off. But it's just like you can tell he's got 100 different moves in his head. He really doesn't know which one he wants to use because none of them are the ones that, I can go to this when in doubt. And we've seen that. That's, I think, partially why his fourth quarters were so bad because he's tired. He doesn't have the energy. And, of course, he's given a lot on the defensive end because he's got to be the eraser back there for the Spurs. And then he comes down the court. And you've seen a lot of times he's matched up with Cat, who's fairly quick for his size. So it's like Cat wasn't falling for any of those hesitation moves. And then he's got enough body to him where it's like, you're not finna just body Cat all the way to the goal. So it's like Wemby got to find a way to get to whatever his spot is easier. And then, like you said, if that's a post fade, a turnaround jumper, or just a straight up face up, like LaMarcus did something like just kiss it off the glass. Because it's not like anybody's gonna block his shot. They can barely contest it as is. So it's like once he learns that, and whoever he needs to get in the lab to get that, that's where I think we'll be able to determine like if it's like, can he be a 1A closer type guy? Because without any of that, no, he can't be. And he's got to develop that. That's why we see Brunson take over. Because Brunson, as soon as Brunson comes fourth quarter, he's getting the ball at the top of the key. He's going to go out to the wing, pass it, and then they're going to give it right back to him so he can reset with a live dribble once he gets the switch. And he's going straight to the lower wing or the block. And he's putting a smaller guard on his back, or he's getting a bigger defender off their feet and hitting them with a fadeaway turnaround or something like that.
Right.
He's got his spots on the court to where he's like, I don't have to go through 37 different moves in my head. I know exactly what move I want to do to get over here. I'm going to get the exact shot I want. And there's nothing you could do about it. Because even when they had the best contest, it was still cash money for Brunson. And Wemby's, 22? So it's not like I'm saying, like, he's terrible. He'll never develop this. This is what I thought was going to happen earlier in the playoffs. Like I said, credit to the Spurs for them making this far. But he's going to eventually have to add something like that to his game and go from there. And then maybe we'll have a better determination. But my takeaway is also something to help him. They need to pair him with a 4 or a 5. Because it wasn't just the Knicks series. It happened a lot in the Thunder series too. Once Wemby goes to block a shot, the Spurs have nobody to rebound. They're essentially trying to rebound with 4 guards. And credit to their guards, they do a great job of rebounding. But sometimes in the biggest moments, you need another big there to help alleviate some of that rebounding. And that also can help Wemby save some energy too, because he's got to go for blocks, go for all the boards. And it's like, once he does that, if he's out of position, you're essentially relying on Julian Champagnie to get a board. And too many times that would happen. Team would get an offensive rebound. It happened with the Thunder a lot. Offensive rebound, kick out 3 in a crucial moment. It's like you can't keep a lead like that. The lead would get bled down every time in the fourth quarter versus the Thunder because Caruso done got an offensive rebound. McCain was grabbing offensive rebound, and then they kick it back out to Case and Wallace, or vice versa, and then bang 3 for the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns getting offensive rebounds, kick it back out to Shaman. You got Alvarado, you got Brunson, OG, and it's like the moment they can get another 4 or 5, and that's what, I don't know if they really view Wemby as their 5 for the future. Obviously, he's 7'5", so it's like, oh, he got to be the 5, but like maybe he'd be a 4 if they find the right big, because you can't play him with Kornet because Kornet's not good enough. So I'm like, do you explore, hey, Utah, Laurie Markkinen? I know he just denied whatever $140 million extension, so maybe not him, maybe too expensive, but they need to find some type of big man to pair with Wemby that can, for one, spell him better minutes than what Kornet could give them in these playoffs, but 2, also play side by side so he can maybe do some more of those things that aren't necessarily a big man's game, because a lot of his game isn't a natural big man's game. He's not just always posting up. He does wander out on the wing, the top of the key, which can frustrate us watching a lot of times. It's like, bro, you 7'5". If your 3 not falling, just go in the paint or get a little bit closer. But like Chris just said, he really only got is outside on the 3, is tip ins in the paint, but nothing in between, no go-to move. So it's like something's got to give there. And I think if you pair him with a better 4 or 5, that'll definitely open up a little bit more for him in that aspect. So that's what I think they got to do. But like I said, great learning. Got your ass whooped in the NBA Finals. Now let's see how you bounce back. Now you got a target on your back, and given all his antics throughout these playoffs, he's got an even bigger target on his back. And I think you're about to chime in with something, Eric.
Just to piggyback some stuff you guys said. Number one, I think that we all agree they need veteran leadership. Why not bring in Chris Paul just to be on the bench after the whole thing with the Clippers this season kind of fell apart or whatever? You have someone on the bench. Actually, probably the de facto coach helping Mitch Johnson in these moments toward the end of the game that he obviously effed up. I think the guy Wemby needs to get a hold of is actually Giannis, just so his body develops. I mean, they were subbing him out because Kornet was like playing minutes under the 5-minute mark. That can't happen in the NBA final. Wemby's got to get in shape. He's got to get bulked up. His offensive arsenal does need improvement. I totally agree with that. But I think the big thing is physicality. Mitch Robinson manhandled them to get that rebound. I forget what game it was when they missed the 3-throw to extended that game, which keyed to them losing. In terms of Fox, if you can't find a trade partner, you're going to have to hope this expansion team and just not protect him. So you know what I mean? You hope this expansion team comes through. Maybe you can talk because the comment was made about the power forward. Could you talk the Wolves into trading Randall for Fox? I mean, get a 4 there, help with the rebounding, help with the ISO, have a little bit more of a veteran leadership.
I'm not mad at him. That really is Randall. We just have a hate relationship for him on this pod, especially when playoff basketball comes. Maybe being next to Wemby could help him a little bit, but yeah, that definitely could work because that's both things a need for each team. Timberwolves definitely need a point guard next to Ant, and
a wing has to be the 1A. I mean, what Harper was able to do finishing at the rim as a 20-year-old was absolutely
he's
absurd.
Gonna be so
he's
good.
Just gonna keep on growing and growing and growing in that role. So I mean, I think you guys are onto something that eventually it's going to be Harper like the 1A and Wemby the 2B. I think Castle is Russell Westbrook light. I think we're going to see as soon as he gets, 27, 28, we're going to see that huge decline in what he can exactly do on the court.
That's fair.
De'Aaron Fox to Seattle, man.
I'm just saying, that's the way to get out of it. Like,
you're right. That's
$50+ million for the next 4 years is nuts. And I get some people were trying to say like, oh, he was hurt. I'm like, no. A lot of his errors were unforced. Like it had nothing to do with health. It was just dumbass decision after dumbass decision.
I think besides him to layup, the one that pissed me off the most is when he tried to pass the ball to Castle and Castle wasn't looking. I'm looking at my team. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like Castle, because everybody was like, oh, it's Castle. Like, no, it's not. If you play basketball, if you play traditional basketball, that was all Fox, man.
No, that was Wemby who threw that one. That was Wemby.
No. I'm talking the second one. It was 2 times. The first time was Wemby. The second time was Fox because he had the ball off the court. and he was gonna pass it across the court to Castle. And Castle
you talking about where it just went straight out of bounds?
Yes, and Castle was like, because even if he passed to Castle, it would be in backcourt. So Castle had actually called it. It would be in backcourt too. Yeah. So I'm like, bro, what are you thinking? Like, what are you doing?
They're gonna investigate him, bro. Don't worry about it,
bro.
He need to be investigated.
He was gambling, bro.
No way.
He got a FanDuel account, bro. He got a FanDuel account.
That pass he did to I forgot who he's throwing it to, but Josh Hart had stole it and he had missed the layup.
Bro, that's who he threw to Vassell, I think.
I was like, what is he?
Yeah.
I was like, that don't even make sense what you was trying to do. Like, like you kind of like just lollygag that ball like across the court while like the defender's right there.
Yeah, no, there's a reason Mike Brown was calling him out a lot, and that's why it soured at the end of their tenure together in Sacramento. So
he might be a little.
Yeah, check his bank account. Check his bank account.
Bro, he was gambling, bro.
I think.
Hey, somebody say he another Terry Rozier.
That's what I just said.
He might be a little slow, man. He might be just a little. He might be. I don't want to use the word, but RECA.
Is the man? Is the man developmentally disabled?
Not the sharpest tool in the tool.
Yeah, but next up on the agenda for today, and I'll give it back to Eric first as the guest. There's been a lot of crazy statements after the finals. Obviously, Brunson took home NBA Finals MVP, had the 45 points in Game 5 to clinch it. Played great that game. I don't think there was any other great game from him in the series. That's just my opinion. I don't know if y'all agree with that statement, but there's a lot of people now I've seen Brunson top 5. I've seen Brunson being touted as the best American player. I've seen Brunson saying, like he's the best player in the league now. Where are y'all ranking Jalen Brunson now that he's got the NBA Finals MVP and chip under his belt? As the 1A small guard, Becky Hammond said he could never lead a team because he's a small guard. He can't be the 1A option. He kind of just proved that. I think there's still a little bit of argument to be made, with how he was playing, if that's necessarily true in the way the series went, but we'll see. But Eric, how do you feel? Where are you ranking him? Is he cracking the top 5? Is he even cracking the top 10 for you? Or
he's not even top 10 for me. I mean, he's still like around 15 for me. Like my thing is when you look at, we talked about that Knicks run when they won from the Hawks game to the finals. My big thing is they shot 42% from 3 and their opponent shot 28% from 3. That's just shooting variance in my eyes. I don't think they're playing great. I think they just got hot and other teams were just missing. I think this team wasn't as good as everyone thinks, and I think it's just recency bias, remembering the last game where he scored all those points, 45 points, and then won the title. To me, he's still top 15 in the league at best.
Top 15 in the league. That's fair. Yeah, some of these ones I've been seeing, it's like, okay, man, can we I get when it was when it was Giannis won the ring, then Jokic won the ring, SGA wins the ring. It's like, okay, these guys, now they got the ring. There's arguments. Oh, they're the best in the league. I'm like, this is not the same context for Jalen Brunson. Like, obviously, he's a very good player, but he has no NBA MVP. He's never been the undisputed, really best point guard for most of his career, if ever. I don't think anybody's ever really just been like, Jalen Brunson's the best point guard in the NBA. Never really heard that statement. And people weren't even calling him the Finals MVP up until the last game, if we're just going to keep it a buck. Started off, everybody's like, it got to go to Cat. Then Cat fell off. Was like, well, it got to go to OG. And then Brunson, put the nail in the coffin finally, and when everybody else was asked Game 5, so he got it de facto. But yeah, some of these rankings now, I'm like, I don't know what y'all spoken on, but it can't be anything good. But Cam, what about you? How are you feeling with Jalen Brunson's ranking now?
Well,
what are you about to say?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm about to say some crazy shit. I ain't gonna lie. So I mean, I feel like he's probably like the top 2, top 3 best point guard in the league right now, in my opinion. That being said, I feel like he's probably the best. I think we can say he's the best small guard ever, right?
Ever?
Can we not
That's
say
kind of
that?
crazy, bro.
Ever?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, he led.
Isaiah
He led.
Thomas?
I mean, you got Isaiah Thomas, you got AI,
I think he's better than Isaiah Thomas.
Chris Paul.
Isaiah Thomas beat Jordan, Bird, and Magic back to back to back 2 years in a row.
No, okay.
So this hold on. This is where the discrepancy lies, because you're thinking of scoring only. You thinking of a score.
No. I'm just thinking of like the player. Like I'm not talking about.
I think Brunson has the best intangibles as a small guard, in my opinion. I think out of every small guard, but I think overall, just putting him at the best one is. I feel like you can definitely put him in top 5, maybe even top 3 as small guard wise. But as far as being the best one, it's hard for me to put that because of like Eric said with Isaiah Thomas, and also thinking about, even though he's not a winner, but seeing what Chris Paul did and everything like that.
Are you saying best like how when we say Kyrie the best player?
But then also you also think about, and I know, and like with AI, I mean obviously he's my favorite player, so kind of like a little bit biased in a sense. But seeing what he did and look at that roster, I mean the next best player was Mutombo and Eric Snow, and neither one of them were like offensive threats. And they were going against a Kobe and Shaq led Lakers. You know, he doing his own, and that's hard. But I think I would put him in the top 3, top 5 range as far as small guard wise. However, I will say he does have the best intangibles for a guard 6 foot and below. He does have the best intangibles. I will say
because if Isaiah Thomas and Jalen Brunson is playing 1-on-1, Jalen Brunson is cooking him.
See, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's not even close.
Wow.
Like in total overall, it's
if it was like make it take it, he wouldn't get the ball.
Yeah, Brunson wouldn't get the ball because my old ass could take Jalen Brunson off the fucking dribble.
I think
Isaiah Thomas would miss one time, and then Jalen Brunson wouldn't miss again. You got to think Isaiah Thomas wasn't playing guys that can like hoop like Jalen Brunson can, like ISO basketball type of deal, like doing moves like Jalen Brunson.
You know he scored 25 points in an NBA Finals quarter against the Lakers on a broken ankle.
That's cool. But what I'm saying, he wasn't. He's not seeing players like, bro. That was like the '90s. He's not seeing players like how Jalen Brunson was moving. Like if Jalen Brunson was in like those times, they would think he was doing witchcraft like that. Like
okay, so I get the angle. So you're essentially saying skill wise, modern day, yeah, Brunson's more skilled than Isaiah Thomas. I'm not disagreeing with that. I thought you were saying, because I could agree to skill wise, like how we say, like Kyrie, probably the most skilled ball handler, offensive player we've ever seen, given his size and everything he can do. So I'm agreeing with you there. But like, as far as just like encompassing it all, their careers, their accolades, Brunson can't be higher than Isaiah Thomas yet. His career's obviously still got a lot left. So
he's not even top 5.
Yeah, he's still. Okay, let's get that out of our heads. I'm not even talking about. We don't got to even debate that.
I'm just trying to clear it up for everybody listening because it sounded a little wild.
Yeah, it do sound crazy. That's what I was trying to. That's what I was trying to talk about earlier. I was trying to like say like I know where you're coming from. It depends. I get what you're saying.
Because it would be him, Kyrie, and like Steph. Like you can't guard those 3 small guards. You can't. I'm sorry, Isaiah Thomas getting cooked by all 3 of them. Yeah. He is. He just getting cooked. It's okay to say.
I don't know. I can't agree with that because it's too hypothetical for me. But I will say that if I had to pick a team, then Isaiah Thomas probably not on that team. But it's not a knock at him. Obviously, we know the game has evolved, and people's skill set has widened. So
yeah,
it's kind of like that one time we was arguing with Kobe and stuff. People talk about Kobe's efficiency. It was like, okay, Kobe grew up in an era where the shooting guard shot the ball. Like that was their job, is to shoot the ball. And so it is a little harder to do that because the roles for the 3 guys you named versus the role for Isaiah Thomas when he played, completely different roles, completely different assignments. So I'm not gonna say that one guy gonna beat the other. Because you could argue that was one of the best defenses at the time. So who's to say Isaiah Thomas not locking up Jalen Brunson?
He's not.
You know, are we playing with Jordan rules? Are we playing with pre-Jordan rules? Like, what are we doing? What type of defense are we like? That's what I'm saying. That's why there's no point in saying stuff like that because it genuinely is a different. You know,
I will say Brunson, as far as guard wise in the East, definitely in the high range for sure. I will say that definitely in the high range for sure. Because I mean, outside of I guess you say Cade, who else? Really?
Tyrese Maxey.
He's better than them.
Brunson.
If you want to count D Mitch, I don't know if you want to count D Mitch. He is kind of short, but he ain't that short.
I think like I said,
Brunson's the best one. As far as small guard in the East, Brunson's the best one. I will say that. And the small guard wise, and this nothing against Maxey, this nothing against Mitch, but this goes back to what I was saying with tangibles. Brunson's for sure the best one out of that.
I mean, he definitely has the bragging rights right now, but I just want us to remember that last year he was in MVP talks. This year he wasn't. He's not even top. I don't even think he's top 10 in odds, and if he is, he's right on the brink. So it definitely is a recency bias. I want to see what he does next year.
Yeah,
you know, but I think it is a little recency bias. I've seen some lists having him top 5 in the league right now.
No, he's not top on the league, but I would say though is that like
this top 15 if you want to be honest about it.
I would say though, just seeing like, you know, as a Mavs fan, just seeing like how he didn't really start like getting like the recognition that he truly deserves until like the Utah Jazz series when he was cooking Rudy and stuff. Obviously, when Luka was hurt back in 1922, and so obviously that's when people start realizing who the type of player he is and stuff. But I mean, the reason why I said I gave him that nod in the East is because I mean, obviously we saw what Ricky Mitchell can do. I mean, obviously we all saw that Ricky Mitchell. We saw what Madison can do once Ben Simmons was out the picture. So of course, like they had like more of like the support than Brunson had because Brunson had to play less than next to Luka, and it's kind of like hard as a Mavs fan to play next to Luka unless you're like Kyrie, for example, because he's like they want you. Luka just like another. He's like an athletic LeBron, for example. Like everybody just be out. He kicks them. They shoot threes. That's all they do. Besides like Kyrie, obviously, you see what PJ could do. See what everybody else could do. Brunson play style is not like that. So once Luka got hurt in that series, Brunson was post game fade, cooking everybody, stuff like that. So then once Luka came back, it's back to him going the corner, and you see the I said it didn't work out, so it's kind of holding him back. So that's why I said like just seeing his development. That's why I said he's literally one of the best guards in the East as far as undersized wise. I'm not saying overall, but undersized wise. Obviously, my favorite guard in the East is Cade.
If Mitchell and Brunson switch teams, do the Cavs beat the Knicks?
No.
Yes.
I don't think
so. You say yes, Cam?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Bro, bro.
That
How many
man,
times have we done this with D Mitch, bro? D Mitch is not.
Yeah, I'm a little
not like that.
I think they might.
Okay, well then neither of them making it.
Hey, look at
they gonna lose 4-4. And they gonna draw, and it's gonna be a default winner.
So Cam, the reason why I'm saying, the reason why I'm saying no, Cam, is because look at the support of the Cavs. Cat is killing Jared Allen. He's killing Evan Mobley. He's killing both of them. Evan Mobley probably, in my opinion, and I get clown for this, whatever, I don't care. Evan Mobley has the worst DPOY award ever. He's the worst recipient, in my opinion, ever.
Thank you. He is so fucking
right there.
Because he won that award, and after that, he's never got recognized again for nothing. He's obviously the worst DPOY recipient ever. He didn't even make the team this year at all.
If OG's hooping like he just did throughout this run, yeah, it's probably.
I can't do that. And then on top of that, like we all at the end of the day, you're also playing with Harden. We all know what playoff Harden can do.
I just think when it comes to the end of the game, and that game is close, Jalen Brunson. I trust Jalen Brunson over Donovan Mitchell.
That's fair, but I'm talking about. I'm looking at the roster. But you also look at the roster and everything.
I like the Cavs. I like the Cavs roster just as much as the Knicks.
This is what you're gonna get, Kim. This is what you ask for. You asking for. You saying Jalen Brunson will come in the fourth quarter. He gonna give you the 15 points that you need. He gonna give you 15 points, and they still gonna lose by 15. He's gonna have the most fourth quarter points, and they still gonna lose.
I don't know.
You're really high on Brunson right now. I think it's a minor case.
No.
Recency bias, bro.
No, I've always been this high. I've always
no. I'm not knocking his talent. He's talented.
Yeah,
But we've never done this.
No,
we've never spoken this
I
highly
haven't.
of Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, well, we really never brought him up.
There's a reason.
I've always thought this Howard Brunson. No, there was a reason.
What's that? We're gonna continue. We're gonna continue.
And now they won, and now I can talk about it.
No, bro, I want to argue, bro.
What's that? Because our guy Eric has to hop off, and we'll get back to this argument. But appreciate you hopping on, Eric. If you love to tell the audience where they can find you at and when you're recording and going live on your pod.
ETOP 21 Sports, Tuesday night. I'm going live right now in like 2 minutes with Jim, and then Friday afternoon for UFC stuff.
Gotcha. And I meant to ask you, have you placed any bets in this World Cup so far, or are you not messing with the soccer?
Yeah, I've messed around a little bit. Yeah, I have like that. Whoever plays Colombia, I can't even pronounce their country's name, doesn't score. That's my big bet tonight.
Oh, Uzbekistan.
Yeah, whatever that. And then I'm on Mexico tomorrow.
Okay. Y'all heard it here first. Uzbekistan to not score a goal and Mexico to win tomorrow. I appreciate you hopping on, Eric. I assume probably the next time we'll be hearing from you. We'll be doing some NFC North preview that's coming here in the next month or two, because now it's time to gear up for football season. It's back to that time, man. It's back to
real
that time.
Football.
But we appreciate you hopping on, man, as always.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Pleasure having you. Sure. All right, go back.
Bro. Listen.
No, but like I said earlier, it's not that I'm not I'm not on the train. It's just that like I want to see what we do next season. That's all. Like this season was clearly way more quieter than last season was. And it didn't start popping for Brunson for real until the finals, bro. Like I think we can agree that this Knicks win was a collective Knicks win. Like to the point with us talking about finals MVP,
collective drop from the Spurs, like.
And that too, but I'm saying like the first couple of games you say, oh, give Cat Finals MVP, then we give OG MVP, and it's like I think Brunson was averaging almost 30. It don't matter, like regardless, he was still averaging the 30. But the idea, the fact that people still had thoughts of like, wow, this person is contributing, it seems like more, or at least more efficiently than another. Like that just goes to show that it was a collective team effort. What Brunson did for me wasn't domination until game 5. Like that was domination. That was extremely impressive. So I do think it's a little recency bias, and also maybe a little bit of past nostalgia from last year, like from the past season. What Mike Brown has in place doesn't allow Jalen Brunson to do what he did last season, and they talked about it all finals because they were saying that was what was hindering them from their wins. When they did lose, it was Brunson dribbling the air out the ball. So it's a completely different play style.
Yeah, I just feel like if
that's why I'm like
did what Brunson did just now in this series, the only people who would be like praising it would be the OKC fans, and everybody else would be shitting on it. Because he was shooting tour dates, and we was talking about it every game. It's like, hey, they're winning, so it's all good. But like, he's shooting tour dates right now, and he's just jacking the shit up. And like I said, credit to him. Game 5, he had a vintage Brunson game. He's always got that. He's good for one of those, I feel like, every series, if not 2. So I'll give him that. And I will say, I don't think the NBA Clutch Player of the Year award, like that name, Clutch Player of the Year, I don't think that award name does enough justice for just how good he is at closing basketball games. Like I feel like he's got to have a whole nother award where it's like he's the best closer. Like you just pass him the ball. Like I was watching Game 5 with Caitlin, and she hadn't really just been watching the series. But I was telling her, I was like the game started off, and she's like, "Oh, the Knicks are playing terrible." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's not good because the Spurs aren't opening up the lead any. But even if they do open the lead, we've already seen the Knicks come back for 27. So all that really matters is if this game is single digits when it comes fourth quarter time, they're gonna pass the ball to Brunson, and the Knicks are gonna win this game. And as soon as it got to the fourth quarter and they were single digits, I just looked, I was like, baby, it's over. Like we don't even have to watch this if you don't want to. It's like, what do you mean? I'm like, they're gonna give it to Brunson and watch. He's going to win this game. It is over. I'm trying to tell you. And just like that, he closed them out. So props to him because he is the best closer in modern day NBA right now. And I think that's not even arguable at this point.
Yeah,
No, it's not.
that's what he's been doing
Luka,
consistently for the past few years.
Whoever you want to name, he's the best closer. If I need points in the fourth quarter, whether we up or we down, I'm passing the ball to Brunson. But there is still 3 other quarters of basketball and a whole other side of basketball, and that's where I'm like, we gotta delineate and relax a bit.
No, for sure, y'all right. For 4 games, in that fourth quarter, he went crazy. Like all 4 games when they won or whatever. Like you said, like I said, it's still 3 quarters ahead, like or whatever. Like there's three other quarters, like you still gotta play good and stuff like that or whatever. Yes, he shot tour dates. The nigga was still getting 30. Like, yeah, you was putting up shots or whatever, but if you still got to put the ball through the hoop, he was putting the ball through the hoop. He was getting to the line. Like, so he was still like averaging 30 or whatever. So, yeah, like it was always like at the beginning it was Cat, or it was after that it was OG, and then it became Brunson. But Brunson was still in those combos. It's like it was either Cat or it was either Brunson. Then it was OG or it was either Brunson. Like it wasn't like OG or Cat. Or it wasn't like Cat or like Mikhail. Like it was either going to be one of the guy, like either Cat or Brunson or OG and Brunson, or it was going to be Brunson. And it came out to that game 5. It was Brunson, or whatever. But
so I guess not to like put you on the spot, but so you said he's a top 2 or 3 point guard, which I'm not arguing. I think that's a fair statement. Is he cracking your top 10 regardless of position for the NBA right now? And if so, like, what are your top 10 then? Like, where is he falling? I'm not saying it got to be like in order, but what are the other players that to see who you're passing, who he's passed up now? Because I don't, maybe for you, and if that's your truth, all power to you. But I think it's fair to say me, nor Chris or Swan had him as a top 10 NBA player before this series was played. And now after, I think, we're all in the consensus that's still the case. Props to him for getting the job done. Like he did what he had to do, and he proved a lot of doubters wrong. But if he is in the top 10, what other players are in the top 10 for you?
I would have to I can pull it up right now and like try to make a list right now.
You want me to send it? You want me to send it to you?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the ringers right now.
Well, let's just name a couple. You obviously put an Ant in there. I know that. SGA is in there for
and you. SGA, Jokic, Giannis. What else we got?
You putting Tatum in the top 10?
Yeah, Tatum. I'm not putting Jalen Brown. I ain't gonna lie.
Are you putting Kawhi?
That's 5.
Not putting. Ooh.
You said Wemby, right?
Because Kawhi been hooping, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna keep him like at the end. Like he's gonna be like right on the edge of like 10.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
10, 11, 12.
Because I would say Kawhi is top 10 for me. I'm sorry.
The first team all NBA season.
Kawhi been hooping, bro.
You got 6 right now.
I'm on Kawhi top 10.
I'm guessing Kevin Durant not in your top 10, or is he?
He's not my top 10.
You got Tatum out there.
I love KD to death, but KD's
I said Tatum.
You still got Steph. Folks not really.
You got Cade in there?
Yeah, I said, do you got Cade?
I'll say Cade. So that's 7.
You still got Giannis.
No,
he said Giannis.
So it's like after that, you can argue it. Like you can seriously argue. I'm not saying you could put him in there, like put him like he's stamped top 10.
Definitively,
you can argue it. Like you can argue he's better than Kawhi, or he's right there with Kawhi. You can argue he's right there with Steph.
I ain't gonna lie.
I think he's a
top. The Kawhi shit is crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't have none against Brunson, but what Kawhi did this year was crazy.
All right, cool. We can put Kawhi.
If Kawhi actually had more help, bro, I promise you he'll been getting people help. Kawhi was hooping this year.
Cool. We can put Kawhi. That's 8. There's still 2 spots left. And what I'm saying, you can argue he's top 10. Like you can argue he can be 9 or 10. Or he's right there at 11, 12. Like
I'll give you 10 through 15. I'll give you 10 to 15.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like
I'll give you 10 through 15.
But now I'm looking at it, he can be top 10. He could be 10, 12, 10, 11, 12.
I definitely got Jalen Brown in that top 10. I definitely got Kawhi.
I don't fuck with Jalen Brown.
That's fine. I don't fuck with him either. But you know what I'm saying? Like I definitely don't fuck with him. But I'm feeling I'm not gonna ignore it. Like he is probably the best 2-way player in the league right now. If not the best, then the second. And I guess who would be the first above him? Maybe Scotty Barnes. I don't know.
I would say like Giannis.
Nah, Scotty Scotty got hold for that all defensive team. He should have been first team. I'm sorry, man. I'm arguing that
I
today.
guess given his age, so are you saying Braun is no longer in your top 10 NBA players currently?
He's also like, you can argue like he's like 9, 10, 11, 12, like in that range.
Okay. Braun's not top 10.
Do we say
Braun can, he's 42 or 41 or whatever, and he's still like, teams still want him. There's 12 teams.
Braun can be top 15. Braun can be
top 15, but I'm not putting him top 10. I love Braun dead.
Did we say Luka in the top 10 for Cam?
Yeah,
I got him.
We said Luka.
Okay.
Luka's my top 10. Braun and KD, I love them to death, but they ain't like in the top 12 range. I'm not putting top 10.
I'm sure it was just a BS rumor tweet. Probably wasn't even from a very
Warriors.
Account, but no, I was about to say, did y'all see that there was some rumors that Braun looking at the Spurs now potentially?
Bro, they don't need
No.
That ain't gonna happen.
No.
It's not gonna happen. It's not
the only team I could see him potentially probably going to for real would be the Warriors. I can see him going to the Warriors, but I don't
Yeah, you just talking. You can never.
No, I can't. No, I can't be no Spurs fan.
If he gonna be
you
the
don't
best,
have to be a Spurs fan. You go root for Braun.
If he gonna be the best player on the team, bro, you gonna rock with that. But if he got a sit back seat to Wemby, then
go to the Warriors. Shit.
I don't. Yeah, I can see him. I can see him going to the Warriors for sure, but I don't see him going to San Antonio.
Hey, so what if he go? What if he go over there and what if they trade for like AD? You think that can happen?
Ooh.
The Warriors.
So they can all be on the injury reserve list. 45 games.
They're not gonna have no future at all if they do all that. No future.
I would love to see Braun over the Warriors, but please God, no, I do not want to see AD over there. Period.
I don't want to see AD on the Warriors. I would love to see Braun. Like I said, I love to see Braun too, but I don't want to see AD.
That will happen, so it can come down to playoff times. Like, oh, well, we got AD to take the load off, but nope, it's all on 38-year-old Steph and 42-year-old Braun. Lead us to the promised land.
Hey, you got Draymond.
And then when they get ran out the gym by one of these young teams like OKC or San Antonio, they're gonna be getting trashed.
But I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. I would love to see LeBron and Steph on the same team.
I think it's gonna happen. I can see him go to the Warriors. They already made an offer to him already.
But Brian Windhorst said he's probably going back to LA.
Because he want the money. That's why Brian he still want to get paid.
His whole life is in LA, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why he don't.
How many years have we been in LA?
9.
He's been there for
this will be
long.
9. As long as he's been somewhere.
He's been in LA for about a decade now, bro.
It's fucking crazy.
I don't see
Tom
him going
Clyde.
anywhere else. I don't see him. He's gonna. Yeah,
bro, he don't have. But I say 2 of his kids already graduated, and then Zuri's been being.
And then I think he don't want to say it. I know we've been saying it we've probably been saying this for like 6 years now. But this is probably the one. This is probably the last one. And they're on a better tour than with LA. You don't want to go do a tour in Golden State, bro. Like this. Come on, bro.
But would he want to stay? Well, I was gonna say
Bryce not making it.
Yeah, he's not making it. Okay.
Yeah. He's not making it.
Okay.
If Bryce was, if they was really trying to develop Bryce's game, he should never been in Arizona in the first place. He should have went somewhere small where he could
Rutgers
move his way up with this NIL portal. He could have been.
Yeah.
Nah, he gonna be riding Pine again next year. He ain't touching no major minutes.
Yeah, no, that's facts.
I would like to see though if they do like bump Bronny up to like an actual role player next year for real though.
He can be
like
that.
That's what I think he can instead of these Make-A-Wish kid rotation minutes.
When he got the minutes against us, I was like, okay, like
shit, he was hooping
55th pick, bro. Like hooping in the playoffs and doing pretty well. So
yeah,
I think the hate for him died down also.
Yeah,
he actually.
Well, yeah, it's all a trend, you
know. Yeah, sure.
You know.
They're doing it because I hate Braun, bro. That's all it is.
Oh, we already know.
Yeah.
We already know. Luckily for Bronny, Skip already found his next victim. Literally.
Oh, he said victim Wembanyama. Victim.
Oh my God.
He said victim. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We got that's a top 5 tweet, bro. When he said that, I ain't gonna lie.
But I guess what's one offseason move the Spurs can make to help victim Wembanyama and
they need a forward, bro. They need a traditional forward. Like you said, like I love Champagne, but he's not a forward. They need a traditional forward. They need a traditional forward, a stretch forward on top of that.
Yeah,
and before I even get into that, bro, I forgot this. I should have said this earlier. I'm not trying to be that person, but them clips of him working with KG, working with Hakeem, what did he develop from that? Because obviously KG said he worked on him on the midi and working on the post game. Same thing Hakeem said, and he has not shown none of that. Granted, I know it's only been I know it only been like the off season, obviously, so it's like it still takes time, but where has he really developed? Like all jokes aside, he hasn't really developed anything. Like he didn't show like no signs
That's
of
what
that.
I'm saying. I think it's because he's got like he did that training with them, but obviously like he's not traditional big. He's obviously been shooting jump shots his whole life, dribbling like he's a guard. He probably thought he was a guard a lot growing up, and then he just ended up growing and growing. He's like, oh shit, I'm 7'5", but like I've been thinking I'm point guard, shooting guard this whole time. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think that he doesn't have these moves in his arsenal. It's just he's got so many in his head. Like I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. Shit, let me just try to do all of them. And it's like, bro, just stick to 1 to 2 and count yourself for that, and then go from there. But instead, it's like you can literally tell he's a deer in the headlights out there because he's just young and stupid.
You know what that comes down to? You know what that comes down to? And in which this is what I'm saying. What I know they won't do it, but they'll win after this guy. Mitch Johnson gotta go. Yeah. He has to go.
I don't think you're wrong. I just think you're early, and because
you're
they won't. I promise to God, they won't win with him.
You're like NBA. I don't. You're like NBA Centel. You're not wrong, but you're about like a year or two early.
I don't agree. I do think he can be a good coach, but I do think that Eric kind of hinted at it earlier with Chris Paul. I semi-agree, but I kind of don't, only because like people always have issues with Chris Paul because he does have to be the smartest person in the room. They could use a veteran coach, assistant coach. They could use somebody behind him that's not the guy that's getting ready to go coach for Orlando. Like I think one of the Van Gundy brothers been trying to interview for a job. Like it's somebody like that. Like it don't gotta be where's what's his name at? For the God damn it, shit! Like you could have brought in Mike Malone, but he signed his deal. So now somebody like that, or the guy that was coaching for Memphis with Ja.
I know he's somebody, I just can't think of his name.
You know Taylor Jenkins.
Taylor Jenkins.
Oh yeah, Taylor Jenkins. Yeah. And then I don't really care for Chris Finch in Minnesota. That's a good assistant coach. Like they need a veteran assistant coach behind Mitch Johnson, feeding him information. Because I do think everybody over there is probably yes man in him the whole time. If you want to be honest about it, you as an assistant coach, it's your job to step in and say, "Hey, coach, we need to go set this screen," or "Hey, coach, we need to go."
Bro, I think
nobody's saying that.
I think the top assistant coach they have over there is Rashad Lewis, bro. That's to say everything you just know. In San Antonio.
Yeah. Hey,
no, I think it's that red
legend Rashad.
No, it's Rashad Lewis too. He's like they like 1A, 1B.
He's one of the assistant coaches.
Yeah, I think he's one. Yeah, he's one of the ones who also be like the yes man. Just let him say whatever.
But I think that's also like what we've been like. They like no pun intended, but they are literally a victim of their own success in getting this far because they don't know what they don't know. I don't think as much as they'll tell you like, oh, we always believe we were this good and we were going to win the championship and all this in the third. I don't think any one of them going from Wemby, every player through every coach, I don't think any one of them thought they would be here like before this season started.
We did though.
I thought they were going to make a good leap regular season wise and make the playoffs, but I thought they were for sure bowing out the second round, if not maybe an upset in the first round.
But that alone though, like how many teams? I guess you can technically say 20 teams, but realistically, how many teams start the season saying like I'm going to make it to the second round? And they didn't have to say that, but when we did our preseason show, when we looked at the odds for the year, like Spurs were top 5 the whole time. So how did everybody else get the memo except them? I know
I don't think they didn't get the memo. I just think like we say, like experience is the biggest teacher. It's like I don't think. Going off the top of my head, I don't remember any champion that's first playoff run. They just boom, go get it. And it's like it's just the fact they made Like, there's of course like the usual bumps in the road we think teams are gonna have. It's just the fact they got to the finals and got those bumps in the road then. But then it was like the worst kind of bumps in the road. Like, bro, how you blowing a 27-point lead? Wemby, why are you so exhausted now because you can't play over 30 minutes in a regulation? Hey, why are y'all shooting so many damn threes when you have a 7'5" guy and you not hitting anymore? Oh, what when De'Aaron not playing good, Mitch? Why don't you just sub in your backup point guard rookie who's actually really fucking? It was just stupid stuff like that. But it's like they gotta learn.
You
just
talking
the
about the
same.
finals though? I'm talking about just the idea of making the playoffs. Like when you have a path to make the playoffs, you're supposed to conduct yourself a certain type of way. And it seems like they didn't understand they were going to make the playoffs until after the All-Star break, when a lot of us had them making the playoffs, at least to your point, to the second round. I don't think genuinely, like, obviously, I was very confident that if we met them in the West Conference Finals, we would beat them. I think at one point we almost had Denver beat. I think some of us had, maybe I had Denver beat. It wouldn't have shocked me if Denver beat them because the expectation wasn't for them to make it this far, but the expectation was to make the playoffs. So I don't really understand. And that's the part that confuses me because, like, I'm not a professional in this sport. I'm not a coach. I'm not a trainer. I'm not a player. Obviously, I'm not even a referee or an analyst. But I got the memo that they were going to be really good this year. And it's like they did not get that. And they used it to excuse themselves as a deer in headlights. They had plenty of time to prepare for these playoffs. I even tweeted it. When are they going to start preparing their players for the playoffs? Why? Is nobody's over there thinking about that? Did they really think that they were not going to make the playoffs, let alone make a decent run? And by decent, I'm just saying second round. I'm not even talking about the finals. They were supposed to be out in the West Conference Finals because they was tired and they didn't do that. So, I don't know, bro. I can't excuse that part because I just can't see. Maybe I feel away because I watched OKC do it. I watched them go through that, but they actually bowed out in the second round.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the only issue is that they got farther. And that's their own, like, of course that's a success, but then it's like now it's biting them in the butt even more on the back end because it's like, bro, y'all was right there. They should have done it the way they played too, controlling most of the games. It's like, bro, all y'all had to do was clean up this, and this. Like, why wasn't y'all, like you said, learning this stuff throughout the season by trial and error to be more prepared in this moment? But it's like you can't really prepare until you there. And now that they there, now they got the shit beat out of them, they'll have that sour taste in their mouth, and hopefully they can use that to fuel them, and we see where they go from there. But they'll never be back.
No, I'm just kidding. They'll be back. But
I don't think, and I think Cam has said it too. I don't think they just finna be like, oh, they coming right back next year. I don't know if it's gonna be that.
Hey, I was looking at them. I think this
5 years.
Yeah.
God damn.
It's gonna be a good little minute.
I don't know about 5. Maybe like 2.
I was gonna say
3.
2 to 3. I think they're back. If
not, I'm not saying they win.
Fire Mitch Johnson after that. If not,
right.
We'll see.
I agree.
Because I think they're gonna give him like 2 or 3 more years. He's gonna get fired, and then they're gonna hire somebody else. It's gonna take probably 2 years.
Well, but that's the same thing too. Like they could get back in like 2 or 3 years, get back, and if they lose, they gonna fire them. If they win, you still fire them.
Like in 2 or 3. It's hard getting back, bro. It's very fucking hard. Get 8 different champions, bro. Like
yeah.
I don't think they could just be running the league. Like it don't happen in today's, especially.
I do
even
think
now
5
the new
is a
April
stretch,
rules.
though.
Yeah,
I do think 5 is a stretch though, because within those 5 years, if you just had to guess, I guess you have to do it. You don't have to do it in order, but like it's gonna be 10 teams in total in those 5 years. So to say that they're not gonna be one of those 10, like. Within the 3, because I guess in 3 years it's gonna be. I mean, 16.
Wemby 22 right now. Most of the time, these guys win between like 26, 27, 28. That's what I'm saying. Like 5 years, he gonna give time to develop like all this stuff like that we tell him he needs to develop. It's not gonna happen like next year. It takes time for him to develop and stuff like that. You still got nut job at head coach. Well, I think I
That's crazy,
bro. He's bro. I think I text y'all this. I hate dumbass coaching. Like,
he's literally Darvin Ham
for the past
with PR.
Bro, it's bad. Like it's like it's almost frustrating because like you're not supposed to be losing those leads that y'all got or whatever, and that just come down to coaching or whatever. But
and I would say that their roster construction too, because I was thinking about this earlier, but like they had a pretty good run. I don't think Champ Penny's gonna come back next year the way he was this year. To y'all's point, he really shouldn't start. He should be. That's why I don't like Duncan Robinson, and I don't like Detroit having them in their start. I don't think a sharpshooter should start in your starting.
Yeah, no, that's supposed to be added juice off the bench
exactly.
every time.
Exactly. So I think they move him off the starting lineup. They keep him. I don't really see this Keldon Johnson season going anywhere. I don't see his career going anywhere for this.
Yeah, no, he's probably got to leave. And if they're gonna keep Fox, because it's probably gonna be really hard to move off him. Yeah. Harper's got to now be that sixth man, which he basically was throughout the playoffs. But I also think next year, and it'll depend on a lot of his development, but I think next year they're going to see a leap from Carter Bryant. I think he's got a lot of talent they can tap into.
Don't say that, bro. Yeah, don't say that.
What?
I tweeted. I told them to bookmark it. I told them it wasn't going to happen. I can't allow that to happen. So I can't. I'm going to have to delete the tweet.
All these guys can't. They really can't shoot right now, too.
The crazy part is, I wanted us to draft him. I wanted us to draft him. I think we ended up drafting.
He would have fit right in with y'all.
Well, no, he just got picked up before. That's all it was. He got picked up right before Sorber. I don't know if we would have grabbed him if he would have still been there. I don't know, but
yeah,
I did want to. Yeah, he would have fit in. He was the 3-and-D wing that we've been asking for the past.
Yeah. And eventually, I think their most optimum lineup is going to be Harper, Castle, Bryant, Wemby, and whatever four they can get to add on. Yeah, no, and if they find a Serge before, shit, that's a really fucking good lineup. That's defense everywhere, length, you name
it. They're gonna have to do that before Carter Bryant and Dylan rookie contracts.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they got to do that shit quick.
Tap into that right now.
Yeah,
with this new apron shit. So,
but and benefits to the Spurs, and they showed it, and people kind of said it was like kind of their Achilles heel. And they showed it in the series with us that they're really not that deep. So you don't have to go and fill every bench spot if you don't want to. I guess you got to kind of figure out the metrics around that, because we were talking about Wemby being, agile enough, having the stamina to play a full game the way you want them to. But they could just invest 8 players deep at the most, and I think that'll be good with the talent that they have.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, I'm not in the boat where I'm like, oh, this is easy now. Like they just finna just be running it back. I think shit, like Cam was saying, I don't know how you feel about it, Chris. I don't know if you think we gonna jinx y'all or something, but if y'all back healthy next year, I'd probably take OKC versus rest of the field in the West.
The Spurs got the highest odds.
Let the Timberwolves actually make a move that could help Ant get him a real point guard. I would have them right back up there because I still think they're right there. They got injured too much this playoff run. So I mean, they're definitely like the Spurs. I don't think, like, I'm in the middle where it's like I don't think they're just finna go right back next year, but I'm not all the way on the other spectrum where Kim is like, oh, it's gonna be another 5 years. I think there's a happy medium, like 2-3 years from now, they probably hoisted the Larry O'Brien. Wemby probably got an MVP defensive player of the year and that all in 1 year, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
Bro. Do y'all know who got the top 5 best odds to hoist it next year?
I'm assuming Spurs number 1.
Spurs,
probably
OKC.
2.
Probably Boston.
Well, yes, but I think they're baking into Boston that they're gonna get Giannis. Because if they don't, I'm not gonna lie, they don't deserve to be top 5.
Out of the 5, where is Boston at?
I think I seen they were like 3 or 4 now, because
I think they're at 5.
I think they're 5.
I think they're at 3. They're at 3
earlier this week, and Wiles was like, "What was wrong? What's wrong with that?" And Nick was like, basically, like they're baking in that Giannis is going over there because the last 2 playoff runs for them, there's no way you could be like, "Oh yeah, they're going back to the NBA Finals and winning it all." It's like they got to change something over. They can't possibly run that back a 3rd year in a row and expect something different. So. Because it just got worse. Second round, they choked versus Knicks 2 years ago. This year, they choked first round it's gonna get ugly.
Now those other two, I really don't know. Maybe the Nuggets. Is the Nuggets in there?
I would assume the Nuggets, yeah, with Jokic.
Now 5. I don't know who the last one be.
Yeah, the Nuggets are the 5th.
Okay.
Nuggets are the 5th.
Oh, so who I'm missing?
I don't remember who the 4th was. I ain't okay.
Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna try to pull it up.
Ain't no way it's the Knicks though, right?
It gotta be somebody in the East.
There's no way it's the Knicks.
I feel like they give it to him just cause.
That's free money.
I'm thinking like the Pistons.
Pistons are not the top 5. I think they're like 6 or 7. They right there.
Spurs plus 250, OKC plus 255, Boston plus 624, New York plus 724, Denver plus 2500. That's the top 5. And Pistons
I don't know why Denver's right there.
Plus 2800, Lakers plus 3000.
This is all in Jokic.
We got motion.
You got motion too, yeah.
Well, speaking of the best odds, way too early. Call it right now. Y'all 2027 NBA Finals matchup and winner. Call it right now, bro. So when it doesn't happen next year, we'll replay this and then we'll shit on each other for being way wrong.
I'm gonna go OKC Pacers.
Pacers back like that?
Yeah. OKC wins.
I got Pacers in 2028. I don't have them in 2027 yet. They're not.
I got OKC winning though. I think they'll be back. They'll be healthy. They'll win because they should have won this year. If everybody was healthy, they probably would have won this year.
That's fair. What about you, Swan? Who you got?
This is hard. I'm probably gonna say I don't like New York. I don't think Boston is gonna go back far. It's gonna be OKC. I'm gonna say OKC. In the East,
really,
I probably want to give it to Detroit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and say I agree with Swan. That's mine too.
Fuck. I gotta be contrarian. I OKC Detroit.
I agree. It's gonna be.
Man. Fuck it. I said they won't do it, but I'm gonna go Detroit, San Antonio, just to be different.
Who you got winning though?
Oh, that's good.
Who gonna be the higher seed in their respective conference? Because they're gonna have home field.
Detroit gonna have home court.
Detroit 7, San Antonio in 6.
I think San Antonio takes it in 6, but I think K will be damn near in MVP talks, even though they lost.
I think
he's gonna play that good.
MVP talks next year.
But that's me thinking that Detroit is gonna do right by him this offseason. That is yet to be determined.
Niggas still gonna have Jalen Durant, and y'all niggas gonna look a fucking fool. Bro, they gonna pay them all that money.
They have the chance to get a decent draft prospect.
They would have been all right this year if they didn't have their best shooter gambling and fuck up his career. If they have Malik Beasley, I think they in the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, that's the only thing that fucked them up, I think. Because then they had to stick with Duncan Robinson, like Chris was saying. But we'll see, man. We'll see.
I hate Duncan Robinson so much, bro.
Yeah, we'll see, man. But fellas, just like that, the 2025-26 NBA season is wraps.
Man.
And it's time for y'all dedicated 1.5 month PTO. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. We appreciate y'all listening.
11 months for this.
Yeah, well, y'all won't see any more live pods for the boys for another like 2.5 months, man. May get a few reaction videos here and there for some like the WNBA. Maybe I don't know if we can react to like World Cup stuff on YouTube or if it gets copyrighted, but maybe some World Cup reaction videos. We real tapped into the World Cup right now. And so yeah, man. But it's been a great season. New York Knicks NBA Finals champs. And I think it's very sad time, gentlemen. Unless do you got a baseball team, Swan? Is it the Rangers or no?
No, I don't have a baseball team. I just like the sport, but I don't have a team.
Okay. Well, damn sure won't be my Royals. Unless it's the Astros, gentlemen. It's going to be the first year in the pod we don't have a championship.
Yeah.
Think about it. Every year we've had a champion, bro.
Losers, bro.
Dang.
22 when we started, Astros won the World Series that October. Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Then Chiefs go back to back. Then Eagles, OKC, and it's like, damn, we all flopped out
fake
this year.
Minnesota Lynx fan. I say fake.
Oh, dang.
I'm really a fan.
Damn, you're a loser. Now your team's won.
Huh?
He got the Astros.
I got the Astros.
Oh, okay.
We give him half credit for that. We know, we don't care that much about baseball.
Even Duke lost, so y'all both lost college.
Yeah, so yeah, man, no championships, man. It's tough. It's tough out here, man. We've been spoiled for so long.
I'm a real fan of the Connecticut Sun though now, because they basically the Houston Comets. So
I just say
they
people keep saying like, oh, the Sun are tanking. We gonna get Juju. Like Juju probably not even coming out in the draft after this year, low key.
Yeah, she don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, I get the contracts may be more enticing, but she probably staying another year. So hey, it is what it is, man. But yeah, man, no championships. But hopefully, February of 27, we'll be celebrating the Chiefs Super Bowl. No, it's really Cam's fault, y'all. It's really Cam's fault.
If the Knicks can do it, the Cowboys can. It's our year, bro.
Man, word to Max, man. Word to Max.
Nah, it's Cam's fault, bro. If CJ would have just done what he needed to do, we wouldn't be having this dilemma. The Texans would have been Super Bowl champions, bro.
What's that? That kid mean?
Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in with us all season long. If you have, appreciate y'all tuning in the last 2.5, 3 months of these NBA playoff lives. It's been a great time, man. Witnessed a lot of good basketball. Sucks to see it come to an end. But basketball isn't gone. We got the WNBA, folks. So, enough with the MNBA. It's about the WNBA now, man. The best hoops, the most elite hoops. Angel Reese, the most skilled person in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. She can use both.
Not too much.
Left and right.
What, to grab a rebound or miss a layup?
Chill, bro. She not doing that no more.
It's okay, bro.
Her shooting is so awkward, bro. Like,
yeah, let's not even get into it, bro. We finna have her stands attack us, man. You already know. Well, we appreciate y'all listening. If y'all listen all the way through, it's your boy Bryce, Cam, Swan, Chris. Signing off for the 2026 NBA season, man. We'll see y'all come football season in August, man. Peace. Y'all be good. I need it.
Then